Hey, I'm here today to compare some reds. So if you tuned in yesterday, you may remember that I used Dear Chess, the 6.64 with Sun-Kissed Lightning Oil to create a beautiful red on the left side of Erica here. So today I'm going to change it up a little bit, and we're going to do one quadrant with the Majirel 6.64, and this one has the Carmelane in it. And then I'm also going to do the Inoa 6.64 that has a blend of Carmelane and Rubelane. In both of these formulations, I'm going to use 20 volumes. So with Inoa, I have my 20 volume oil developer, and with Majirel, I have my 20 volume Majicreme developer. So I'm gonna get this mixed up and start applying. All right, so I'm gonna start by putting on my gloves, my personal protective equipment here, and I am going to use my scale. So when I am mixing any Majirel, Maj Rouge, Majirel Glow, I am mixing 1 to 1.5. So I like to use my scale, and I'm still using my shaker bowl, but I like to use my scale because I get the most accurate measurements when I choose to do so. So first things first, going to pierce the top and mix in. I am going to do 20 grams of my Majirel 6.64, which will give me a nice 50 gram mixture total. So 20 grams of my, let me adjust this so you can see here. 20 grams of my Majirel 6.64, and then 30 grams of my 20 volume for a total of 50 grams. Say hello to Shiloh. She likes to bark at anything and everything in the neighborhood. She's just letting you know that she's paying attention. So that's my total of 50 grams. Now I'm going to take my little Expo Bright stick and just write on here, Maji. So there's my Maji, there's my label, so I know exactly which formula that is. Next, I am going to take my Inoa, and we'll just go ahead and write that on ahead of time, Inoa, and mix in equal parts when we are mixing Inoa. Inoa is a beautiful oil-based color. I'm gonna reset my grams here. Hello, Shiloh. Reset my grams here, and so in order to have the same amount, I am going to mix, actually, I'm doing the front section with the Majirel, so I need a little more. So I'm just gonna do 20 grams of color here. For mixing my Inoa, I like to use the spatula. It gives me a really nice, rich, creamy consistency, very easy to combine, and it keeps everything nice and tidy. So that's my Inoa, and then I like to use the whisk on my Majirel. Now, to be honest, I prefer to combine the entire shaker bottle and shake it up. I feel like I get the best consistency. However, for the sake of fewer dishes and less time cleaning up, I'm making the choice to just use my little whisk here, and it is a plastic or rubberized whisk, so there's no metal in here to create a reaction with any of my color. And as you can see, that's a really nice creamy consistency, and we are ready to apply. Okay, so I'm going to show you again, just because I like to be set up in particular in this way. So I have my 2 color bowls, I have my color brushes, I have a comb in case anything gets tangled as I am doing the hair so I can work through it, and then I have extra clips in case I need to clip any of the hair out of the way. So I'm going to bring up my lovely Erica here. And again, I'm going to start in the back, just because that's my preference. It keeps it nice and clean. So here we go. I am going to begin with my Majirel for my back quadrant. And I'm using 20 volume, so it can give me up to 2 levels of lift. I'm not necessarily trying to create lift. The reason I choose to use my 20 volume is I'm going to get a beautiful deposit pretty close to this level that she already is at a level 6. But what I want to do is just shift the base a little bit and expose some of that warmth to support the 6.64 that I'm creating in her hair. One of the things I love about this brush is it has my tail comb or tail piece, I suppose, attached right to it. So it makes it so that I can work very quickly when I am applying my color. Sometimes if I'm using more than one color, or if I were alternating on the same panel or section, then I might keep a damp towel near me as well, just to wipe down my hands in between. But because I'm doing this as a global application and I'm not mixing different types of technology, I don't feel like it's necessary right now. So I'm going to speed this up so you don't have to sit here and watch time pass as I'm applying, and I'm going to do just a little time lapse here. Now that the back is complete, I'm moving to the front quadrant where I am using my Inoa. And the biggest difference here is going to be that I am going to be very deliberate in my saturation, just because it is oil-based and I want to make sure that it absorbs completely into the hair and I get that coverage that I'm looking for. So where I'm going to begin here is on the top of my section, and I'm going to be laying everything back to keep it out of her face. And just so that you can see, I'm going to start in this top section here and start my application. So I'm going to just outline this top to make sure that I've got my section where I need it to be. Create my outline here, and here we go. So in this case, I'm doing a diagonal back parting to ensure that I am keeping the hair out of her face. Making sure that I am completely saturated here. And then I'm just going to take a foil and place it down because I do have my Majirel right next to it. I want to make sure that I'm not combining the two technologies. So I'm just using a foil to keep that separate. Now, when I am applying my Inoa, I am making sure that I take very fine partings. I want to be able to read through it. So this again just ensures that I have the proper saturation on her hair to get that really beautiful, consistent deposit of color. Place that back. Now she's probably a little high, so I'm just going to lower her down a little bit here because I don't need to have her on top, and because I moved from the back to the front, my body positioning needs to be a little bit different. And onto this third section here at my diagonal back, and just making sure that I am consistent with my saturation in every single section. Now that application is complete, we're going to set a timer for 35 minutes and we'll see you back soon. Hi, thanks for joining me again. I am here to show you the finished colors on Erica here. So if you've been following any of my Instagram posts or IGTV for the past few days, you'll know that I've been working a lot with the 6.64s and the different L'Oreal color families. So the first thing I did was on day one, I used a combination of Dia Richesse 6.64 equal parts with Sun-Kissed Lightning Oil to create lift and deposit for a deeper deposit of the 6.64 while lifting, lightening, and brightening at the same time. So this is the end result for my 6.64 with Dia Richesse in equal parts with Sun-Kissed Lightning Oil. So really beautiful, soft copper, very pretty finish. Now, yesterday I played with the other 6.64s. So in the back here, I mixed 6.64 with 20 volume in Majirel. And these were processed on this side, 35 minutes. On the opposite side, everything was processed for 20 minutes. So just slightly different finishes. You can see here in the back the differences between the 6.64 in Dia Light with Sun-Kissed Lightning Oil and the 6.64 Majirel here in the back. Absolutely gorgeous, stunning red copper. And then in the front, I did the Inoa 6.64, also with 20 volume, also processed for 35 minutes. So just so you can see the different flavors, the different finishes with each of the different colors, they lay pretty seamlessly next to each other. You can't really see where one ends and one begins on the side where we have the Majirel and the Inoa. And the choice in color is really based on the hair that you're working on, the desired results, and what they would like to see for a finish. So if you're not familiar, Majirel is a cream color. It is mixed 1 to 1.5. It is a traditional cream color, so it is ammoniated. It can give you up to 3 levels of lift and deposit at the same time. Inoa is an ammonia-free oil-based color. It is going to give you up to 3 levels of lift and beautiful deposit, and it is always mixed equal parts. And then Dia Richesse is an alkaline-based demi-permanent color. It's going to give you gray blending or coverage depending on the texture of the hair, and it's a 20-minute process. So here's just an idea of some of the different things you can create within the different families that we have here in L'Oreal Professionnel. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll check with you guys again soon. Thanks.